everyone, Election Watch Analysis here, and welcome back to the 2024 election prediction video. Today I will be doing President Joe Biden against Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Now, Glenn Youngkin, if you do not know, beat out Terry McAuliffe in a hotly contested race in the 2021 Virginia gubernatorial election. He swung the state 12 points to the right and beat McAuliffe by 2 points, surprising much of the political world, including me, who had McAuliffe up by 4. Anyway, Joe Biden, of course, the incumbent president, not very popular in recent times. So right now, Glenn Youngkin is being mentioned as a possible 2024 contender, provided former President Donald Trump does not run. Then it would likely be a Glenn Youngkin, Ron DeSantis, potentially Nikki Haley, or some other candidates face-off between all those people in the 2024 Republican primary. So anyway, let's get started with Glenn Youngkin's safe states. Much of the Midwest, of course, will be safe. The Dakotas, and much of Nebraska as well. Nebraska large would not be likely, my bad. Kansas, Oklahoma, of course the South as well. I think South Carolina would actually shift to the safe column. It was likely in 2020, along with Alaska, just because Glenn Youngkin would do a lot better with suburban voters, despite the fact that Democrats tried their best to tie him to Donald Trump in the 2021 Virginia gubernatorial election. The attacks really did not stick, and even people who describe themselves as never Trumpers did not vote for Terry McAuliffe, and they instead voted for Glenn Youngkin because they really didn't see him as a very Trumpian candidate. If Youngkin has the same appeal in the 2024 election, he could definitely do a lot better in states like South Carolina, Alaska, Georgia, Arizona. Now for Joe Biden, the safe states will of course be Hawaii, California, Washington, Illinois, Maine's 1st district, but it will be a lot closer than 2020, and then most of the eastern seaboard. I will put Delaware as safe since Joe Biden is pretty independently popular there. However, if it had been any other candidate, it would have been likely. So there we have it. The safe states have Glenn Youngkin at 125 electoral votes and Joe Biden at 149. Let's head into likely states for Glenn Youngkin: Iowa, Ohio, Texas, and Florida, along with Maine's 2nd district, would all be likely. This is because, as I mentioned earlier, he could do a lot better with suburban voters and really improve on Trump's coalition, including rural and blue-collar workers. Now for Joe Biden, Oregon, I believe Colorado be very narrowly likely, Connecticut, New Jersey, and then New Mexico will be around 5 points, pretty close, especially compared to like 2020 or any other races. Now we have the candidates at 219 for Youngkin, 193 for Biden. So now we head into the most competitive states, about 126 electoral votes up for grabs. Oh, I forgot to put Vermont as safe. Never mind then. Okay, now we've got 123 electoral votes still up. We'll start off with Virginia. I think that would go to Joe Biden by a lean margin, and this is definitely might be a very controversial call on my behalf. The reason is that federal elections are far more polarized than state elections. So Glenn Youngkin may win by 2 points in a less polarized race, which would be the governor's race. However, on a federal level, maybe the same people who voted for him in Virginia in the governor race would not vote for him in the presidential race. So I actually put it as tilt, because I think Youngkin would do really well, greatly outperform Trump despite it being a more polarized race. Anyway, let's head over to North Carolina and Georgia. North Carolina would easily be lean, maybe 3 or 4% for Youngkin, and I think he'd actually win Georgia by a tilt margin. Definitely improve on suburban margins compared to Donald Trump. Let's head up to New Hampshire next. I think that Glenn Youngkin would actually win that by a tilt margin. New Hampshire is a very elastic state. It swings around a lot. And I think that Glenn Youngkin would definitely do very well with Chris Sununu type voters there, very moderate Republicans who voted for someone like George Bush and Mitt Romney. I think Biden would win Maine at large by a lean margin. And now we'll head to Nebraska's 2nd. I'm doing these in a kind of random order, but I'm going essentially by some of the bigger margins that a candidate would in a certain swing state by. So let's head next to Nebraska's 2nd. I think that would go lean for Youngkin, very suburban and moderate. I think Nevada would be tilt for Joe Biden. It's not very elastic, and I think Glenn Youngkin would make it as close as it has been in a long time. However, I think Biden would win it nonetheless. However, Glenn Youngkin would actually win Arizona by a lean margin. He might even win Maricopa County, which is a pretty important area to win in order to win the state itself. And even Republicans don't even have to win that area in order to win Arizona. I think that Youngkin could win it and win the state by potentially even a lean margin. But anyway, I think Biden will win Minnesota by a tilt margin. And then we have the Rust Belt: Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. I'm going to spare a lot of the commentary. I think Youngkin can win all 3 of these states. He definitely do the same. He do as well as Trump with rural voters. As we saw in Virginia, he kept the Trump coalition and potentially actually improved in some rural areas compared to Donald Trump. But he also do better in suburban areas with voters that have left the Republican Party. So there we have it. Glenn Youngkin wins with 311 electoral votes. Joe Biden loses with 227 electoral votes. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment your thoughts on the video. Subscribe for more content like this, or check out my channel for some of my other election nights, other things I make, and I hope you enjoy those. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.